Hey, Frank, I'm Ahearn, privacy expert and blackmail strategist. I'm going to talk about the Ivory Coast blackmailers, the Côte d'Ivoire blackmailers, who are a large blackmailing group, very similar tactics to the Filipino blackmailers, not necessarily as aggressive, but still they can cause some damage in life. The difference between the Ivory Coast and the Filipino blackmailers, the Côte d'Ivoire blackmailers are kind of like, they do weird things. They'll send like victims of blackmail messages that they're from Interpol or that they're from the feds, and sometimes I've seen them misspell Interpol, or they'll use a Gmail address for the feds, and you know it's not the most sophisticated, but the problem is victims tend to believe it because they don't know better, or they're frightened and they don't really look at it and think about how logical the situation is. And this is one of the reasons I talk about, in blackmail, you got to get your head together, man. You just can't operate off your emotions or your fear, because if you do, you bleed bunk like that. Now, the problem is, these individuals typically catch you on like Facebook, Instagram, or a dating app. And, so they know who your friends and family are. So they have that content, but for some weird reason, they just kind of jump over to this Interpol and Fed sort of like, threats that you've done something wrong. And if you don't pay them the fee, there'll be a warrant for your arrest. But regardless, you still have to combat blackmail as if they're going to expose you, because they could jump away from that stupid scam to, threatening to expose you to Facebook. So in all blackmail, whether it be the Côte d'Ivoire blackmailers, Filipino blackmailers, or, Moroccan, you need to combat it as if they're going to expose you. And again, the first thing you do in blackmail is get your head together, be cool, stall the first payment. I have no money, I can borrow money, it's going to take 2 days. Just stick to that. They're going to threaten you, scare the daylights out of you, but show no fear, because you have what they want, which is money. And so you use that against them. You're not refusing to pay, you're just saying you need 2 days to borrow money. And they recognize that not everybody has cash, but they're going to twist you really hard to see if you're lying. If you give in, you pay, what happens? Correct. They'll ask for more money. Not ask, but demand. So be cool and use that time to find out the best solution for blackmail. And typically that's my videos, my website blogs, where I explain, how to combat blackmail. And it's also hiring me, where I take over, I become you, I handle your problem, I prevent exposure, and I disappear them. If you have any questions, reach out, I can help.